up, y'all? Welcome back to my content. Now, I know it's been a minute since I've done any Future Boy Who Mortal Kombat videos, but I know there's somebody on Twitter suggested him to do a rating video, and you know I'm gonna drop my opinions on this towards the end of the video. But before we get into that, man, I just want to make a little quick rant because I feel like Twitter has been getting on my last nerve as of lately. Every time I drop an opinion or drop a comment, they keep suspending my account or even just locking my account because of bullying. It's something I never done and I would never do. But it's unfortunate that, you know, how society, and if you don't like what that one person had to say, they'll suspend your account and they'll, you know, lock it. So now you're forced upon yourself to create another one after another one, which is something I've been going through for the past couple of days, starting last night, which came out of left field for me. So, yeah, Twitter, get yourself together. Stop doing your boy dirty. My new Twitter account is up. I will post it in the description below so y'all can go follow me there. And, yeah, here we go.
Will full bears thou shalt not more corner. Future like one more steps in y'all's corners.
Welcome combatants. Today we're going to talk about Raiden, his improvement. Just what will we be looking for in the sequel? So do like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification as well. As we get to tell more stories in the Mortal Kombat universe, a certain person is someone who's always around, and that is obviously Raiden. He's certainly a character that needed a little bit of a different drive in this film, as he felt more like a darker Raiden than any other Raiden that we've had in any film or any live action version. Like I said the other day about the deleted scene, about this was a perfect scene that dedicatedly showed exactly the type of Raiden that we deserved throughout this film. He gave a lot of hope, he gave a lot of balance in the questions that they were asking that made them see things differently, that gave them a reason to want to continue the fight, to not lack or think distrust in the fighters that they have now. This Raiden was like...
Let's try it again.
Even give you more ZZ top. Will full bears thou shalt not more corner. Future like one more steps in y'all's corners.
Welcome combatants. Today we're going to talk about Raiden, his improvement. Just what will we be looking for in the sequel? So do like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification as well. As we get to tell more stories in the Mortal Kombat universe, a certain person is someone who's always around, and that is obviously Raiden. He's certainly a character that needed a little bit of a different drive in this film, as he felt more like a darker Raiden than any other Raiden that we've had in any film or any live action version. Like I said the other day about the deleted scene, about this was a perfect scene that dedicatedly showed exactly the type of Raiden that we deserved throughout this film. He gave a lot of hope, he gave a lot of balance in the questions that they were asking that made them see things differently, that gave them a reason to want to continue the fight, to not lack or think distrust in the fighters that they have now. This Raiden was like, he had two different ones. There were two different Raidens here out of this whole entire scene. And that's why I do feel like this is the Raiden version that we should have got, and it would have definitely helped set aside the thoughts that this Raiden is more of a dark Raiden automatically. And the reason why we do say that he was dark Raiden, because we know that the amulet is in this film obviously, and Shinnok's amulet makes him dark Raiden. Now the thing with this is that it isn't the time for that version of Raiden. Because if you look at the way how Liu Kang is right here, if Liu Kang had done this to this Raiden in the film, he wouldn't have done it in self-defense. He'd have actually killed him, if anything.
Oh, yeah.
He'd have actually have killed Liu Kang
Most
there
definitely.
and then and said, you know what, Cole, you be the next champion. But that's not the Raiden we need, and we can tell that there's definitely some dark arts working around this version of Raiden. From the way how he projected himself towards the other characters, the way how he even spoke to them or made them feel, there wasn't that presence of hope, there wasn't that defender of Earthrealm type feel, there wasn't that you know, the thunder god, the protector of Earthrealm that we got from him. Instead, it felt more like he was definitely pillaging his way towards the version of Raiden that we know will come in years later, the Dark Raiden, because of just the atmosphere that he gave, the sense of death that he spoke of to Cole when he said, "You'll find nothing but death here." That isn't the Raiden that it should sound like. So
I just hope they're able to
amulet that was there did have
give him something to do in the sequel.
Sure,
instead
they
of
could
just
maybe
being
change it around and make it so that the amulet just being around Raiden or being in the atmosphere with Raiden wherever he is, it would turn him into a dark state. Because I mean, how easy was Raiden giving Cole the chance to just go? That was one less fighter for him in the whole tournament. And I feel like that was something maybe the gooder version wouldn't have done. At the end, when he sends Shang Tsung away, though, that's the first time we see Raiden cracking like a little bit of a smile, and then obviously being much more nicer. Now, Christopher Lambert's Raiden, every point on screen, he gave them all that bit of hope. Every one of the chosen fighters, from Liu Kang to Johnny Cage, all the way over to Sonya Blade.
I like that Raiden better than the one in 2021.
He gave them the tools that they needed, the talents that they had, and boosted it tenfold so that they knew the journey that they had to take. They knew what they had to overcome. Not just themselves, but the way how they had to come to terms with the things that bothered them that they like to hide from it. So when Raiden spoke to them, they overcome it, winning the fights that they were in, making the battles that they had feel much more like a victory instead of like they were fighting not just an opponent, but themselves.
Exactly.
And that's something I want Raiden to be able to do in the sequel, and to be able to show that he can do that too with Liu Kang, with Johnny Cage, Sonya, all of them, because Sonya and people like that had no reason to trust him, had no reason to do that, but he made them believe in them. He made them believe in him, and that was something that was really great that Christopher Lambert's Raiden did in the film. And another scene about Sonya where Kung Lao saying that the only problem he sees is Sonya Blade because he should send her home, and Raiden saying he sees her purpose, she deserves to belong. While in the whole of the film you don't get that. You get the vibe like he doesn't want her there when he says you don't even have a mark and things like that. I really do think things like that should have been changed and should be changed a lot, because I want to see a different version of Raiden that has more of these properties and more of these vibes that I've just spoken about. But do let me know, do you want these same vibes? Do you think he should?
I think for what it's worth, I just hope that they're able to give him something to do in the sequel instead of just like having him just talk, then doing things physically with Shang Tsung. Mind you, the sequel will have a tournament. It would have been fair if Raiden were to fight against Shang Tsung, but in the Mortal Kombat 1 game, he actually competed in the tournament. It wouldn't make sense for him to actually compete in the sequel. I just hope that they give him something to do in the second film along with the tournament. That's just my hope for it. Hopefully they'll be able to do something like this. If y'all enjoy my videos, let me know in the comments down below, and I'm out of here.